Good morning, Dingle's crypto. So what another crazy day it was in the crypto ecosystem and the crypto world, right? So let's just jump right into it. We have a very exciting episode for you today. We're going to be talking about some regulation, some stablecoin news, some security news maybe, but let's just jump right into Bitcoin's price action, consolidating like it has been the last couple days and it will continue to do so. I quickly want to remind you of the cycle of money that enters crypto. It goes from Bitcoin to Ethereum, and then it's altcoin season, and then the people that FOMO'd into altcoins at the last moment lose all their money, and then the smart people have money, and that money gets put back into Bitcoin, and Bitcoin pumps, and it will repeat the cycle until there's no more new money. And that is the cycle of crypto, guys. So don't get burnt. Ethereum is pumping again, guys. Holy moly! Oh, 1100, boys. We're 1100. That is good stuff right there, guys. That is good stuff. I am very excited to see that because Ethereum is my biggest hold. This is my biggest hold, and I'm not selling. So let's go over what Andrew Cuomo, the governor of the great state of New York, and that is my state, that is where I live, and it's a little less great than it used to be, but that's beside the point. And I just bring this up because a new COVID variant has been confirmed in New York, and I bring this up because I want you to be reminded that a new president is coming into office, and this president, it might possibly see this new COVID strain and say, hey, we have to go into a lockdown, a 6-week lockdown. Let's just speculate. He says, hey, we need to go into a 6-week lockdown. You know what's going to happen to Bitcoin and Ethereum? It's not going to go up. And this news, if that happens, will overshadow any news that I'm about to go over. So I just want to preempt that and say, hey guys, what would you mentally do if the price went down 50% like it did in March? In March, it actually went down more than 50%. It went down like 60, 70, 80% in just 2 days, guys. And it was painful. But I want to just mentally prepare you guys because that is a possibility. And nobody's bringing this up right now. Everybody wants to talk bullish, bullish, bullish. But we have to be realistic. And that's what I try to do all the time, is just be realistic with you guys. So now let's go over some FinCEN news. 2 weeks ago, FinCEN, a bureau of the U.S. Treasury Department, proposed a cryptocurrency rules that creates unnecessary hurdles. So this is an analogy. Hopefully it helps you understand what they're trying to propose. For example, under this proposal, if a Square customer's mother gifts her daughter $4,000 in physical cash, and the daughter deposits those funds in a bank, the bank would have no obligation to collect information on the customer's mother. Under the proposal, if the same transaction would be completed in cryptocurrency, the bank would have to reach beyond the customer's relationship and intrude upon the mother's private information in order for the daughter to successfully deposit and freely access her gift. So it's just reaching out for like one more transaction beyond the initial transaction. And so this is not good, but Coinbase and Square, so Square sent a letter to FinCEN and a comment letter, official comment letter, and so did Coinbase. So I hope this gets looked at, and hopefully it doesn't happen because it's unnecessary. And actually some good news is breaking major news from U.S. Treasury, OCC, the largest U.S. banking regulator, with new guidance allowing U.S. banks to use public blockchain and dollar stablecoins as settlement infrastructure in the U.S. financial system. And this is huge because a settlement layer means basically they can settle transactions with it, guys. So that is insane. It's going to help a DeFi onboarding, as well as get rid of Swift, which is like not the best system for banks to use, and instead they can just use stablecoins on Ethereum. So decentralized, permissionless, open source, and internet mediated software is literally becoming the foundation for the not just the US financial system, but for a global economy. The new interpretive letter establishes the banks can treat public chains as infrastructure similar to SWIFT, ACH, and Fedwire, and stablecoins like USDC as electronically stored value. The significance of this cannot be understated. So like I just read, this is absolutely huge, guys. This will help. I mean, this XRP, guys, XRP, I hope nobody's saying that now, but this is kind of what I've been saying, that I mean, why would a bank use a volatile asset like XRP when they can use stablecoins built on Ethereum? Makes no sense to use XRP blockchain whatsoever when you can just use stablecoins on Ethereum. And now it looks like they're allowing USDC and maybe DAI to be used as a settlement layer, guys. And this is huge. And this is going to get rid of SWIFT. And this will also be extremely bullish for the entire DeFi space because it will help onboarding. Because now you can just deposit your stable coin right into your bank account, guys. So that is bullish as it can get. And that's going to help DeFi onboarding and offboarding. And now let's talk about Ethereum Layer 2 scaling solution. Optimism plans to release its preliminary mainnet on January 15th. And then it's plans on releasing its mainnet version on March 15th, guys. But March 15th. But this is always subject to a lot of different things. It seems like everything that happens is delayed. E2 was delayed. Everything's delayed. They make lofty goals and then they can't deliver most of the time. So we'll see what happens. I mean, gas is insane. I pull up a transaction for you guys. Just look, $86, guys, to get a transaction confirmed on the mainnet, which is not fun. Now let's go to Tether printer. Tether just printed 800 million USDT. And what does this say right here, guys? Exit scam incoming. I do agree, because Tether should be declared a security by the SEC. And what does that mean? It will be delisted from exchanges, and the price of Bitcoin definitely could see some retracement on that part for sure. As well as, I mean, there's possible bad news, guys, incoming. Just understand that not everything is bullish. I know you probably all listen to simply bullish news, but news is news, and I had to comment on both of them because you got to be realistic in your expectations. So let's talk about some kind of just interesting news. So Scott Lewis is a very smart developer on DeFi Pulse and Index Coop, and he just states, so DPI is a DeFi Pulse index. It's the index of DeFi tokens. So this one token represents a lot of different tokens. I got several videos of index tokens if you want to go check them out. But he just states there are now 6,000 DPI holders of the index and over 2,000 index token, this is the meta governance token. So this is a token that governs over the index's holdings, right? So the index holds a bunch of different tokens that have governing power, and index now has the governing power of all those tokens. So there's less token holders governing over more people's assets. So that's very cool. I wanted to make a video on how to value governing utility, because a lot of these DeFi tokens has governing utility, but it's hard to value, and there's a lot of inconsistency in valuation of governing, right? Because governing is most of the value proposition for a lot of these Ethereum projects. Well, there you go. DPI is booming, guys. Whoa, this is major news. Rough time to be a Tron holder. If this is true, Tron's going to become a security, and you know who's next is Binance. And what does that mean? It's going to get delisted from exchanges. BNB it will also be a security, and it's going to be a rough day when Binance US has to delist Binance token. Right, guys? I mean, it's just going to be a funny day when that comes. Also, one thing I want to point out is Binance has a launchpad, and a lot of those launchpad tokens, and you can go look them up, might be declared a security because of an unfair launch. All of them are unfair launch, and what I mean by that is a lot of the tokens were initially distributed to Binance and developers and a lot of people on the insider and not a lot of people publicly, right? So I mean, be aware on what will be declared a security and what was not fairly launched. And a lot of these Binance tokens are scammy and they're going to be declared a security. And one that I do want to point out is Matic. And will that be declared a security? I don't know. Was it fairly launched? I don't know. Go look into that yourself, guys. Isn't the whole yield farm, this is kind of just for fun now, we're just getting into fun stuff. Isn't the whole yield farming thing invalidated by the fact that holding ETH is more profitable? So yield farming, a lot of people like yield farming, and at the end of the day it's economically mute in the sense that you farm for more tokens and then there's an increase in supply of tokens and therefore the price should go down. But and also, why not just hold a token you believe in, guys, that has a good economic token model? So let's go into, I'm just going to make you aware of these scamming things that are going around in crypto right now. Yield farming is not a scam, but it's also kind of pointless to do at some point. So let's go into scamming. Like, people, you gotta be careful on who you listen to, because like King Kobe says, this is kind of sarcastic. Reports that another anonymous trader who called the top 8 times already in December is pretty confident that this might be the top. So once again, a lot of people are talking the talk and saying we're going to pump, we're going to dump, but as you can see, nobody really knows, because what if a national emergency is declared in the United States? That will dump the price. What if Tether gets declared a security? That will dump the price. What if EIP 1559 gets declared, or optimism works and layer 2 scaling works? Ethereum price will pump. Nobody knows what will happen at the end of the day, guys. And I just want to say, be realistic and be precautious on both sides, whether that's both the bullish side or the bearish side. Just understand